Hey folks, Sylvia's here. I think this is Exile 21. I'm pretty confident on that. So anyway, last time we were kind of exploring the Isle of Exile, as it was pointed out to me, is how it's pronounced. Yeah. Cockroaches Patrol. So I did actually look up a couple of things. It was also mentioned to me that I needed to ask that dude in the main city about shipping. So we are actually going to go back there, although I'm going to... In this opening in the forest, you find a lovely patch of flowers. Using your keen woodsman's eyes, you examine them, and sure enough, some of them are glowing nettle. It's a valuable alchemical ingredient. Take it! Alright, so I'm just going to kind of move there. However, I'm going to consistently try to explore the map, because this is vitally important to me, because I'm crazy like that. Huh. The stench tells you there's something interesting in the middle of this copse of trees. You search and find a horrendous mountain of filth, trash, rotten food, dead forest creatures. All of them have been piled up here. Cockroaches the size of your hand swarm over the offal. This must be some sort of breeding ground. You don't see any big roaches big enough to threaten you. You, however, see what looks like a sword blade poking through the muck. Take! You pull the broadsword out of the muck and clean it off. It's still usable after being in that goo, a sure sign of its quality. You feel quite pleased with yourself as you walk away, however, you soon start to feel quite ill. And this is why we have cure disease. It's going to take me 2 casts to heal each of my people. Really? I thought cardiorespiratory was better than this. And I kind of don't want cardio to use up all of her mana for the, just in case situation. So I'm going to have to switch to Jill doing these casts. Yeah, wow, I'm gonna have to cast this twice. That's annoying. Oh well, what can you do? Oh, now see, Jill cures it on Sylvius and Avatar with 1 try. She's just clearly the better priest. Alright. Now, we could have come back and done this later. But I wanted to... Ooh, hold on. And this is what I get for auto-clicking so rapidly. I was pretty sure I saw the witch lady. Ugh, annoying. Alright, well, we could have done this later when I was ultimately coming back to this town. However, we're gonna test something, though. First, we're gonna ask Irvine about shipping. And you're gonna spell that correctly. There is no D in shipping. Shipping. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to immediately reload, however. Because I was also told you can get the information about him from this lady. That's what I want to check. So, I'm Mickey. You gonna just gab, or you gonna get yourself a drink? Well, for fine out-of-towners like yourself, we have the luxury suite, only 10 gold, plus we have fine amber ale on tap. You gents can purchase that for only 6 gold. She serves up the unpleasant-tasting, watered-down, yellowish fluid. Sorry, we can't get anything better. The Anama make beer, but they keep it to themselves. She thinks, of course, I do have a little bit of stronger stuff, only 10 gold. She serves up some incredibly strong and intensely nasty grog. As you force it down, she says, by the way, want to be let on a little secret? Only 20 gold. She leans close. You look like people who do a little traveling and are comfortable with your weapons. Irvine over there in the corner is looking for people like you. Go ask him about shipping. So she directs you to the shipping question. As you saw, we didn't actually need to talk to her, and I did not need to spend the, 36 gold I just spent, but 36 gold is 36 gold. So now we ask this dude about shipping. He grins. Excellent, another courier. He takes a pull from his beer and continues, one of the lesser-known crops in this isle is a certain herb, which I know I'm about to sneeze. God bless. Gesundheit. One of the lesser-known crops of this isle is a certain herb which, when chewed, provides great release from the suffering of life. There's a package of this herb in the chest in a room to the south. Get it and take it to Kendra in the city of Lorelli, and you'll be rewarded. Well rewarded. Alright. There we go. Now we can get the crap here. You find the chest Irvine told you about. Sure enough, there's a small parcel inside, tightly wrapped in twine. Take. You pick up the package. It's small and filled with some sort of densely packed leaves. The package has an odd, musty smell. You bury it deep within your pack and move on. So that doesn't actually go into your inventory. It goes under the special stuff, of which I now have 4 things. I thought I had more than that, to be honest. But yeah, I just wanted to get that while I had the opportunity. We could have came back and did it later, but since people actually commented on my video being like, here's how you handle this situation, I decided to take care of it sooner rather than later. Also, because there was an excellent chance I'd forget. You work your way through the thick forest, the canopy of branches overhead blocking out most of the sun's light. This island would be rather beautiful if it weren't for the horrors that you know infest it. You suddenly hear a soft hissing noise coming from all around you. The underbrush shakes and the sounds come closer. Soon you are being chased by a large group of hideous Doberman-sized cockroaches. So we get cockroaches and giant cockroaches, and I want to check and see which ones I haven't scried yet. Cockroaches, large, and giant. Alright. I'm pretty confident we don't really need to use haste for this fight. These guys are really only as tough as the slimes, so we're just gonna fight them straight up. When they start hitting me repeatedly and all of my people get diseased, I will of course change my mind, but for now, I think we should be, for the most part, pretty fine. I do need to keep remembering, though, that Sylvius has arrows that are largely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but still. Couple more. Yeah, so we didn't take any damage here, which is always good. And no loot, which is slightly less good. That priest patrol is going to just keep following me. Alright. So we're just kind of filling in the map here, because like I said, that drives me crazy. Probably get a random attack of cockroaches at some point, again. Gotta go down here. Wow. Had to double back a decent amount there. Another group of cockroaches. At least this one takes place on the road. Again, we're not really going to bother with spells. We're just going to fight them straight up. Though it looks like there may be more of them. Good. Alright, so Cardio got bit there, but didn't get infected, which is awesome. And they dropped some food, which is kind of gross, but we'll eat that. Now Cardio is diseased. So this will just keep wasting his time firing these arrows that won't kill anything ever. I mean, it's like adding a little bit of damage into my damage potential, which makes it valuable. So, I mean, it is definitely a like better than nothing situation. It's just a shame that we'll never really kill the enemy offhand. And we'll take our 8 food from this fight. And we want pre-spells, not mage spells. Cure disease on Cardio. Cure disease again on Cardio. Cure disease again on Cardio. That was apparently an intense disease. And we're going to just let the poison run its course. That's slightly less important. Oh, hey, look, there's roaches following me. I want to fight them on the stones. So we get cockroaches and large cockroaches, which is going to be an even easier fight. And a much smaller group, for that matter, too. You know, to be fair, that second group that we fought from the like event, that would have been a legitimately difficult fight for like a low-level party. If I had hit that when I was, you know, like level 5 or something like that, that would have been... Actually, on that note, what level am I? 13. Okay, yeah. If I had hit that on level 5, that could have been a scary fight. Because not only would my people have been overall weaker, you hear the all-too-familiar hissing and smell of rotting flesh. Huge roaches scuttle out of the undergrowth to attack you. Several of them are unusual. They have large wings and are covered with slime, as if they've been recently writhing around in filth. Where's the combat? Oh, they're there. So we get mung roaches and giant roaches. Now, mung are the ones that I didn't get to scry previously. I presume that mung is a word that actually has meaning. In fact, I'm going to go Google that real quick. Let's see, what does Google say? Define mung. Really? That's what it means? Really? Huh. So Hmong, as far as I can tell, is a... Ah, there we go. Okay. Wow, Google dropped the ball here. Google initially told me that Hmong is a small round bean. which is not a tropical old world plant that yields mung bean, commonly grown as a source of bean sprouts. However, when I went to actualdictionary.com, noun, something disgusting or offensive, especially filth or muck. Verb, to make dirty, to spoil, ruin, or destroy. So there you go. It also is a computer term. Interesting. That makes sense, because there was also Hmong rats. So the Hmong roaches, I'm going to actually just pull up the menu so we can compare them to the other roaches. So Hmong roaches are basically the strongest, come to think of it. Large roaches are level 6 and have 30 HP. Giant roaches are level 8 and have 40, likewise with the Hmong roaches. Large roaches are slower and have less morale, but the giant roaches and the Hmong roaches are the same. Larges have 3 armor, giants have 4, Hmongs have 5. Larges deal 2d8s and cause mild disease. Giants deal 3d8s and cause disease. And Hmong roaches deal 2d8s. Huh. But don't seem to cause disease. So I'm not really sure where they are in the power level rankings. Boom. Cardio leveled up, I think. No, Komodo leveled up. And then got poisoned. This, incidentally, might have been a fight that would have gone a little bit smoother had I actually... Now, yeah, the Hmong roaches just caused poisoning, it looks like. But yeah, I was going to say, this might have been a match or a fight that would have gone a little bit smoother had I actually cast Bless at the beginning of it. But, no big deal. We do need to cure Komodo of his disease. Try again. Try again. There we go. Komodo cured. My people are, however, still poisoned, but that'll go away in a second. Wow, I just kind of wanted to... There we go. I did clearly miss that path that I could have taken. Didn't even see that. Oh, look. More mana priests. Okay. Monsters fled from those giant spiders. It's kind of annoying how I keep getting into these spots that I can't leave from. Alright. I think we want to remember that for some reason, but for now... Alright, what do we got over here? I just need this. What do we got here? Webwood, beware of spiders. Yeah, however, the spiders will not fight me because I'm too strong for spiders to think that I'm a valuable target. As you move into this dark and shadowy copse of trees, you notice that many of the branches have spiderwebs on them. Very large spiderwebs. Grapefruit-sized spiders watch you hungrily as you pass. Yeah, if I saw a grapefruit-sized spider, I would leave immediately. We will come back for that later, though. That is our ultimate goal of this video, that place I just discovered. It's just we're going to deal with it later. That is the growing nettle, whatever one it was, which we already hit up. I'm basically, right now, I'm just trying to clear out the map. Oh, another group of roaches. I honestly thought that was an alert about priests. So we are going to cast Major Bless just so that we can curb stomp these guys. Boom. And I got 2 people left. There we go. Fight over. Yeah, actually I thought that was a priest group. I was surprised that entered me into combat there. Okay. Nothing there at the moment. You spot one of the giant cockroaches in the tall grass. It's about 4 feet long and has little dark brown spots on its back. Oddly, it's not doing anything, just watching. We're going to hit leave real quick. As you turn away, the roach speaks to you. Its voice is high-pitched, perky, and friendly. It says, "You guys are nice," bye, and scuttles off into the underbrush. It takes a moment to convince yourself it actually happened. Things are getting weirder. You can also attack it. Attack. When you approach, the roach says in a squeaky, high-pitched voice, "Wow, you're a big meanie." You stop, surprised, and the roach takes this opportunity to run off into the undergrowth. So it's a talking cockroach. A band of roaches catches up with you and attacks. Looking back where they came from, you see a trail of devastation. Torn up plants, gnawed off tree bark, dead small animals. These things to be programmed to destroy everything, no matter what. So cockroaches and mung roaches, we're not going to bother with a blessing for this fight. Seems unnecessary, largely. Smaller group. I'm going to actually have everybody hold defensive positions. I was considering going forward, but we wouldn't be able to get to everybody, and this works just as well. That was a sad hit. That was a lot better of a hit. Wow. Sylvius killed it with that 1 point of damage. Go Sylvius. And then Avatar took one for the team and got bit. And we're getting 14 food. Alright, and I'm still poisoned, of course. Avatar has a decent amount of HP at this point, too. I just noticed that. Like, he's injured from poison, and at this high value. Alright, what are we at here? You find the dried out husks of several giant cockroaches. The 8-foot-long roaches were wrapped in thick webs and have been sucked dry. You wouldn't want to fight the spiders able to bring these monsters down. Yes, I wholeheartedly concur. I'm not really a bug fan in the first place. Like, any type of bug would freak me out. Cockroaches are pretty nasty. But, yeah, a giant spider... Yeah. I'll be honest, like, if I was in my room right now, and there was a grapefruit-sized spider, I would do everything in my power to get out of the room, and if it was, like, between me and the door, and I wasn't confident in my ability to go around it, I would go out the window. Like many trees in the spider-infested forest, this one has a large spider web in it. What is unusual, however, is the human body hanging from it. The hand of the dried-up husk still holds a wand it tried in vain to defend itself with. Take. You work your way through the thick forest, the canopy of branches overhead blocking out most of the sun's light. The island would be rather beautiful if it weren't for the horrors that you know infest it. Spiders! Yeah, like... I would just go right out the window. I just don't do giant spiders. And if my windows were bared and like I was thrown in here with like a cat-sized spider or something like that, I would probably just kill myself. It's just not something I could handle. I wouldn't be happy about the fact, but I wouldn't see a viable alternative to just dying. Just dying just honestly seems like the best course of action I could take in that situation. Wow, Jill got bit and poisoned. That was a moderately annoying fight, what with all the webs. But we got what we wanted, which was the wand. Bavner. We are, however, going to come back to Bavner also, once I finish my my little exploration run. You find the web-wrapped body of some poor soul who got caught by spiders while exploring these woods. It was unarmed, its clothes are rotten, and its torch has gone out, but its boots are intact. Yeah, I got a pair of boots. Stole some dude's boots. It's not like he needs them anymore. He got eaten by spiders. Look, another priest patrol. This bit of forest is unusually dark and thick spider webs hang everywhere. It's very creepy. Is that it? Really? Really? That's it? Interesting. Yes, one of the nice things about the Isle of Bygale is that because it's an actual island, I can explore all of it, which fulfills my my OCD need to get rid of all the black on my map. Nothing. Nothing. So So we get the Northport Lighthouse. I don't think there's anything actually notable in here, but I think this one might be filled with undead. Yeah. You're at the entry to the Northport Lighthouse, the sole bastion standing between the ships that circle the island of Bygale and the jagged rocks circling the island. However, something is not right. The place is the stink of death, and the eerie sounds of shuffling, scratching, and gurgling emerge from the shadowy halls. If it weren't for the fact the light above is going strong, you might think everyone inside was dead. Ooh. You touch the chest and it sends a massive jolt of frost up your arm. The skin is covered with frost. Eventually you get circulation in return, but it really stings. The chests are clearly well guarded. Oh. That's annoying. Have I scryed zombies before? The more things I get on this list, the more annoying it is to find out if I have. Well, I have, what, 4 entries on the right-hand side. We're going to find out. Scry. I had not scryed zombies before. Really? I thought I had. Also, that was a nice little dead end I just went into. Can I steal from his, alright. I can steal the stuff I don't want from his dresser. Hello, friend. At first you think this person is another skeleton wandering the halls, this one wearing mage's robes. Then you realize it's a human who just happened to be disturbingly pallid and thin. I am Necros, he says in a thin, reedy voice. I maintain Northport Lighthouse, he hisses. It gives me time to study my other pursuits. I am immersed in the study of the beauty of death. His teeth are exposed in a ghastly grin. I believe that, quite simply, death is just another phase of life. Thus, creating undead is the most humane thing you can do. After all, wouldn't you rather have your existence continued in a rather mundane way than have no existence at all? Creating undead gives people more life, and this is a beautiful thing. Plus, they're so useful. He smiles. Not only are the dead quiet, patient company, but they're very good at simple household chores. You know, emptying trash, sweeping, that sort of thing. I'm sure that death can be very beautiful. All you need is a good attitude about housework. And the lighthouse. The Empire maintains this lighthouse to warn the passing ships of the nearby rocks. None of this is interesting, especially compared to my studies of death. Yeah. This dude does basically nothing, as far as I can tell. He just has a lighthouse filled with dead things. You're at the bottom of the stone ramp, circling up to the chamber where the light is kept. You reach the top of the lighthouse and immediately see how it works. There are 2 massive magical braziers, which take a small amount of wood and burn it into a blindingly bright, long-lasting flame. The braziers are fed with kindling by several animated skeletons. They stumble around the chamber, wandering at random until the fires get low, at which point one of them goes to get a stick to throw in the fire. It's an odd but efficient setup. I don't know if I've scryed these guys, so we're going to scry them. There you go. Bones, skull, bones. Bones and skulls. So yeah. This dude just got a lighthouse full of undead. Now I think, though, there may or may not be some things out here. Skeleton storage. Keep the door closed. Oh, we're definitely opening up that door. That is a large amount of skeleton. And, I guess, rubbish. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to leave that. Am I not capable of, I'm not capable of going around that side. Interesting. Whoops. And then I go the wrong way that way. Wow, I'm actually not quite capable of seeing a decent amount of this. I gotta see. Oh, look at that. Spectre. Now, Spectres are unlike the Divas, which I had described before. Level 14, 70 health, deals 4d6s twice, skill 17. Yeah, that's a little bit more of a combatant, but this one's not hostile. You see a horrid, shadowy spectre lurking back in an isolated nook of the lighthouse. It looks at you hungrily. It hisses, I have no name no longer. I just am. Job. I wait here for my chance for vengeance. Nekaros created me. He tried to bind me. I was too strong. Now I want revenge on all pathetic living things. What do we got here? Bind me? It was too strong. Revenge? Pathetic living things. Like you, it hisses joyously and attacks. Oh, really? Cool. Easy fight. I got a food and an unknown orb. Sick. I'm glad we just experienced that. Although I'm trying to enter it from this way because I wanted to see that last building. This is what? Zombie storage? That's what I figured. Zombie storage. Zombie storage. Alright, yep, that's it. Anything in this swamp? Ogres, really? That fled from me. More importantly, what's the sign say? Swamps of Bagale. Good to know. So we are almost exploring. Yep, another band of cockroaches, mungs and giants. This is this warrants a major blessing. Do. Failed to kill it. Good job. Yeah. Alright. Fireball. It's been a while since I used Fireball. I'm just going to hit Komodo with that. Komodo can just take the 13 points of damage. An Avatar comes in with the clutch win and kills it. This is another place we're going to come back to, just not dealing with it right now. And that kind of looks like... There we go. I think, by the way, that that lighthouse, just throwing this out there, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that lighthouse we were just at was not accessible if you were using the demo version of the game. Oh, snap. The ground between you and the hut ahead is covered with small white piles of powder. Dead roaches of all sizes testify the effectiveness of this roach poison. Someone at the hut ahead cries, "Coming up, been a while since I've had visitors. Approach?" Yes. The old man at the hut walks up to you and looks at your hands. Satisfied, he says, "Good, I was afraid you might be Anama. I came here to get away from them. My name is Van Vover, and I'm a mage, and I'm not ashamed of it, too. I'm a scroll scribe, and of no small renown. Let me tell you. Want to see my wares? Firestorm, Charm, Magic Resistance, Kill. While those are nice and all, I generally speaking don't use consumable goods, so... Scrolls are basically pretty much always not things I use. What do we got here? Well, this is a grisly sight. Several enormous cockroaches, each a full 8 feet long at least, have brought down a bear and are hungrily devouring it. Scare them off? Attack. You pull out your blades and approach the roaches, expecting them to be slow and bloated on meat. Unfortunately, they're... Not only are they quite alert, but they're very fast on their feet for their huge size. Hissing loudly, they attack. So we had just regular roaches and then giants. This is not worthy of a major bless. That said, there's a decent amount of them. So we will probably lob some fireballs, however. And a fireball for you. That was a good fireball. Cardio holds position. Meow holds position. Jill's going to lob a fireball, though. And a fireball for you. See if Sylvius can actually kill this one with an arrow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then we'll just finish him with melee attacks at this point. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Jill leveled up from that. No loot. Too bad the bear didn't say thank you. Bum of a bear. You work your way up a narrow, treacherous, rocky valley. At first you think you've reached the end of it, but then you notice a gap in the rock ahead. It was a tiny and well-concealed passage. You were lucky to notice it. In this isolated vale, you find a stone circle. Huge carved stones covered with abstract designs loom over you. This place is almost overgrown and clearly ancient. The sky over the circle is clearer and sunnier than anywhere around, and the air seems fresher. It's a very inviting place. Do you enter? This is the same stone circle before. We're going to pray at this one. You walk forward and kneel. Without thinking, you put your hands on the cool stone. For the briefest of moments, it throbs with power. You feel weak and lightheaded. Then the feeling passes, and Again, you learn a spell from one of these mysterious stone circles. The spell Magic Map appears in your mind. You also feel more energetic than you've felt in a long time. I'm not sure what that second aspect was. Making me feel more energetic. But yeah, that's the second of the 5. I think there's 5 stone circles. And I think you can only, without there being a consequence for your actions, I think you can only do the stone circle thing twice. But it may be 3 times. We get another horde of roaches here. Giants and mongs. That means they're worthy of a major bless. Boom. Boom. They're moving quite slowly up at me. Really? I should have just gone all in, and here I am trying to be all, like, stupidly defensive. It worked. Whatever. As long as it works, you know? Sylvia's missed his opportunity to kill one with a bow, but everybody's dead, and we're happy. So, I have, at this point, basically explored everything I want here. Yep, we have explored this island. So now we're going to go into that one dungeon lair type thing that I discovered over here, and let's see if I can remember exactly where it's at, because I'm not really... There it is. However, right before I go in is when I'm going to stop the video. Make you guys wait for another video to actually see what's down there. To be fair, this video has been going on for quite some time, so now's as good as time as any to end it. So, folks, as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, check me out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook. I'll see you folks later. Right. Stopping. I meant the wrong thing. There we go. God, I suck.